Hey guys, Allie here. So today we're talking about how do you know if you're in ketosis and what are some ways that you can test for your ketone levels. So there are only a couple of options, but they are wide in range in accuracy and in price. So I'm not sure if I should start with the least expensive or the most expensive. But for everything that I show you today that I do have, I will actually put a link in the description box below. So let's start with the most expensive. So that's going to be testing your blood ketone levels. Most accurate way that you can do it is through a device like this. Now I'm going to do a separate video just to review that and to let you know what the numbers should be, to let you know that you're in ketosis and what I think of that product. But in general, that is the device, one of the devices that we use. The other option is going to be a breath ketone tester, so a breathalyzer basically. That's the next most accurate option of the ones that are out there, and that really has a wide range of options for price as well. Now they can run pretty expensive, but again, it's a one-time cost. I think the highest I've seen is $190. It is reusable. It does plug straight into your computer. It's fancy, but I just have a hard time spending out that kind of money when I could put that into something else. So my husband did some research and he was actually able to find one online for about $24.95, $25, something like that. So we're going to give that a try and I will do a review on it whether we like it or not. I'm not sure if it's going to be really accurate for that price. It's supposed to be, from my understanding, reusable as well. So stay tuned for that review. But again, that's the next most accurate way, right behind the blood ketone tester. The next option is going to be urine sticks. And so you can get them to be able to test for ketones. And this is both the least expensive and the least accurate way for you to test for ketones in your body. We use the urine strips, but it can be so subjective. Let me just mention why. So as you get more and more into ketosis, you'll probably notice that you're not going to register that you're even in ketosis on these strips. The other thing is your hydration is going to make a huge difference as far as the strips are concerned. And I'll do a separate review on this. And I will put the links to the two that we've used that we like, that we did pick up on Amazon in the description below. But just know that your hydration level can alter the reading on these strips. So let's say you're really dehydrated. Your ketone readings are going to be a little bit higher. If you're very hydrated, then that actually can dilute out your ketone reading. So not the most accurate option for you to go by. Unless you stay pretty stable with your hydration, then you can know that stays pretty consistent. But again, not quite as accurate as doing blood or the breath analysis option. The last option that you have is going to be how you feel. Okay, what? So I know that sounds kind of weird, but honestly, you can really get to know your body and it can let you know if you're in or out of ketosis or if you're getting close to getting out of ketosis. Let me give you some examples. So when we first started this, I've had blood sugar issues my whole life. I'll go over that a little bit more when I do the review on this. But basically, so I'm not unfamiliar with glucometers because I've had to use them before. So when we first started this whole journey of trying this ketogenic and for me intermittent fasting at the same time on June 12th, it wasn't very long into the journey that I started noticing my energy level was different. I had been needing to take B12 and vitamin D, B12 just to see if we can get my energy level up to a more operable state. As I was going through this, I was noticing that I was needing less and less of my B12, but I thought that was because the B12 was sitting in my system for longer periods of time, so I wasn't needing to use it quite as much. So it went about 3 weeks before I felt like I needed to take another B12. So I took another B12, and I haven't taken a B12 since then. Now, maybe more recently I might need to, but that's a different story. So my energy was through the roof. I could not believe how much natural energy I had just from doing intermittent fasting and this ketogenic diet. It was incredible. I just was like so much energy. But by the time it was time to go to bed, I was ready to go to bed. I was ready for a good night's sleep. And okay, if you follow me or if you followed me at all for any period of time, You know that I struggle with sleep just because of nightmares and bad dreams, and that's all a whole PTSD thing that they're trying to diagnose me with, and I probably have it. I've been through a war, through some very close calls to war situations, and I've had a lot of trauma in my life personally. So probably. That can cause me to have bad dreams, and it does affect my sleep, which does affect my energy level. But that didn't change through this whole period that I went through with doing the ketogenic and intermittent fasting, and I was still finding that I was sleeping better than I had been. So that was a really nice improvement for me. Until about, I'd say, probably about 2 weeks ago or so, I decided to get myself into some poison oak and poison ivy. You may see it around my left eye. And so I wake up itching. It's on my legs, it's on my torso, it's on my arms. It's been a journey. And so I don't sleep like I should. And so that more recently has been affecting my energy level. Other than that, I feel good. Now, the other way that I know that I may be getting close to getting out of ketosis, or I'm out of ketosis, is I'm hungry a lot more often. So one, my energy level is low. Two, I'll notice that I'm hungry more often than I had been. So I need to eat a lot more, and I need to eat a lot more frequently. Those aren't things that are typical of me when I'm doing this correctly. And then the last thing is I'll notice that my carb cravings have increased again. So if I'm not getting enough fats, I know by the fact that I'm craving carbs more. So once my fats go up, I really just lose those cravings for the carbs. And that's amazing for me as a carbaholic. I've been on so many diets, and I've tried so many different things to break the carb cycle and to just eat healthier and eat better and just get off all the breads and grains and just sweets and everything that I tend to, and especially chips and all the things that I tend to migrate to. And I failed, and it was frustrating, and I'm like, why can't I kick this? But the more healthy, not just any fats, but the more healthy fats I actually eat, the less I actually crave any kind of carbs whatsoever. So I still crave vegetables though, and I do crave a little bit of fruits, but really not as much as I used to, because I used to need the sweets. So if I couldn't have the sweets through refined sugar, I wanted to see if I could get it actually through fruits, and still that just wasn't putting me in a good place. Those are the ways that you can test to find out if you are in ketosis or not. And again, the most reliable way, the most expensive, is going to be by testing your blood. The next is going to be the breathalyzer or breath ketone. The next one is going to be the urine strips, testing for ketones through your urine. And lastly will be, how do you feel? Over time, your body will be able to let you know through how you feel if you're doing pretty good with it, or if you need to start tweaking something just a little bit. If you're in doubt, that's when you can go to one of these devices. At that point, if you're already keto adapted, this will probably be not the option that you want to go with anymore. We are going to be getting away from those. That'll be the last bottle that we buy. And I just know that it's not proving to be very accurate for us anymore. It's nice when you first get started, but it's still not 100% accurate. But check the internet. There are differing opinions on that. Some people think that they stay accurate for a long period of time. They've been in ketosis for years and they still trust it. But it will also be ones that tend to come in and out of ketosis. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Some people will carb cycle. They're just increasing their carbs quite a bit, so that they can still continue to use those. But again, I still don't think it's the most accurate option that we have out there for testing our ketone levels in our body. So my husband and I are looking for different options to see how we can better test more accurately without breaking the bank doing it. So when we find one, we'll share it. All right, that's it for this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you have any questions about this or any comments, please drop them in the comment section below. If you like this video, I hope you'll give it a thumbs up for me, encourage me to keep going. And if you have subscribed to the channel already, thank you so much for doing so. If you haven't, I hope you'll do so just to continue following me on my journey, as well as staying tuned for future videos that I hope will bless and help you. And if you decide to share this video to help others, thank you so much for helping me reach others so that I can help assist them in getting to be the best that they can possibly be. All right, that's a wrap for this video. I thank you so much for taking the time to watch it. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks so much. Bye.